One of the biggest lessons that I had to learn was you gotta take people, places, and things as they are and not who and what you want them to be. That job that you seen where everybody was able to do as they wanted and the manager was full of crap and there was always excuses being made and it was unorganized, it was disheveled, and the upper management was just looking for people to come in there and clean it up. Oh, you can turn it around, but you'll have to clean house. The issue could be you're new to the situation at hand, whether it's this or whether it's that. And you're going to have some people that's willing to go along with the flow. You know, they got bills to pay, taking care of themselves, um, kids to feed. And you got some that's just going to give you some of the hardest time that you've ever had with the amount of pushback that they give because they don't want to change. So taking things at face value and stop trying to say I can make this situation better as far as the person, or they just have to see the good in me, the good in my works, what I'm doing, what I'm building. The only way a person, place, or thing is going to change is when you have either someone strong enough to change like a place, but a person, nah, that's on them. I had to learn to stop trying to see potential in people that gave me their behind to kiss. I had to stop looking at relationships and lovers or whatever they were as a potential partner, as somebody that would eventually change, helping others to get to higher places and spaces when all they were looking for was to tear down what I built. And the best thing that I've ever accomplished in my life was building me up. I had to learn that they could change for a season, especially with whatever they tried not working. But trust me, they'll do it again and again and again and again as long as you let them. Even if the potential is there, it's still a choice that a person has to make to bring that up out of them. And the reality is everybody don't want to do the work. You can't make substances be more than what they are. Poison. You can't keep tricking yourself into thinking that eating foods and drinking things that are not good for you won't have a cause and effect. See, a donut, a cookie, or a piece of cake every now and then is just fine. And I ain't gonna lie, I am a sucker for a crispy cold Coca-Cola, great pizza, and a bag of Skittles. But if I ate that every day, knowing what I know or believing that I know something, the potential for me to be unhealthy would be higher than healthy. If I know this person, whether it be male or female, is always potentially or is in an argument, is in some kind of drama, what is the potential that they won't try to include me in it? What is the likelihood that if that person doesn't have anything to lose, they could try to make me lose what I have? It's the same way in how people take care of their belongings, right? If They keep a dirty house. What makes you think that when they come to your house, they're not going to muck it up? If they don't have good money management skills, what makes you think that they're not going to eventually ask you for some of yours and you hope that they had the potential of paying you back, because they did, but they didn't make it a priority? What's the likelihood of that? If they're not raising their own children at all, or at least to the best of their ability, or what they know how to do at that time until they grow into something, what makes you think they're going to raise yours or treat yours properly or teach them something to help them grow and build, even if it's a better life than what they lived? See, they had the potential, but they found no purpose in that kind of progress. So potential is not enough to coast off of. If I met my mate dishonestly, what makes you think that that mate is going to be honest with me? Shoot, I was in a relationship with someone who didn't tell me they were with somebody else, even still living together. All right? Secluded me from knowing this until they secured me. Was cheating on me with someone else. Eventually, they chose that person over me. And then used to call me to brag how he was doing the same thing to them. And they functioned well in that dysfunction, which is why he chose her over me, because I did not function well in that knowing. And the potential that I saw and still being with him at the time, trying to chase after him, trying to convince him, is that I could change the way things were, that I could change that person. Nope. Then I got into another relationship and said, if I stay in this relationship long enough, it has the potential to go in a better direction in which it's going. This person will be loyal to me and choose me because I stayed 10, 12 years too daggone long. Nope. The longer you stay, the worse they actually treat you, because they have convinced themselves that you deserve the foolishness that they're putting out. And eventually, you end up being the fool, because you end up trying to fool yourself into believing this wasn't exactly what it was, when it was exactly what it was. And they were exactly who they showed you they were. And to make matters even worse, when you start to become comfortable in that habitat, in that treatment, you start to accept it and make excuses for it. You start participating in some of those same behaviors, reflecting and or projecting. You start to change to fit your environment, and that could be anywhere, with anyone, in any place or thing. Now that becomes, if it already wasn't before, apparently it was, and you're in trouble. So though you may want to think positive about a situation, etc., potential is not enough to keep you in a place or space that's poisonous to you and others. Well, it's your girl.